I'm Vivian Lee for Asian American Life.
And I'm Ji Young from Sesame Street.
You know, Jiyoung, when I heard you were coming to Sesame Street, I was so happy.
Why?
Because I knew that you would make it really special. And now you're here.
Aw. Oh, hey, you want to hang out?
Would I?
Oh, okay, cool. Let's do that. Oh, and bring all your friends.
Of course.
Come along, here we go.
Sesame Street's 53rd season launched on November 3rd with Jiyoung as a fully fledged cast member and the show's first Asian American Muppet.
Well, what if we paint something on the wall?
Wait. Paint on the wall?
Yeah.
I love it. That is a wonderful idea.
Jiyoung was introduced as a guest last year in the See Us Coming Together special, a full-throated response to anti-Asian American sentiment and hate crimes across the U.S.
Come together when we sing. La 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 la. Let's go.
Sesame characters have come and gone over its nearly 6-decade run. But the producers and puppet builders who brought Jiyoung to life say the public's reaction to this sparkling character swayed Sesame to cast her permanently.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
We've seen videos of little kids reacting to seeing Jiyoung, and they are just so delighted because they feel seen.
Liz Hara studied American culture and racial representations in children's television programming years before joining Sesame Street.
I mean, the flip side of that also is a little sad that they already know that seeing themselves on TV is a little unique. We wanted somebody who was generationally very close to their culture, but also really want to stress that Asians are born in America. Like we've been here a while. We're not new.
We should all be proud of who we are and where we come from.
We wanted to make sure that the character was authentically Asian without kind of playing into very specific stereotypes. Loud and joyful instead of, the kind of quiet, meek Asian American, and very physical.
The response to her from not only other Asian kids, but their parents has been really overwhelming.
Puppeteer Kathy Kim has been with Sesame Street since 2015 and, like Jiyoung, is American-born to immigrant Korean parents. She refers to the days Sesame Street aired only on PBS. These days, each episode premieres on HBO Max.
It feels like such an honor to get to perform her. Back in the day, we were, as a lot of immigrant kids didn't have cable, so PBS was my bread and butter. I feel like I learned about humor and music and friendship and jokes. In that way, Sesame Street really taught me English before preschool.
Well, it's very nice to meet you. 반갑습니다.
아이고, 너무 반갑습니다, Miss Vivian.
Can I first ask you what it's been like on Sesame Street?
I'd never seen a neighborhood like it before. Do you know we have an 8-foot-tall bird?
I heard. Yeah.
Even though there are so many different people and monsters and birds and penguins and honkers, everybody belongs.
Belonging and positive self-identity anchor this season's episodes. Here, Jiyoung and her friends mix paint colors to create their own skin tones so that all of them can be represented in a community mural.
Ta-da! It's Jiyoung pinkish gold, because this beautiful color looks like my skin.
At Sesame Street, we have such a big responsibility and a big role within the fabric of the culture of the U.S. and really of the world.
Executive producer Sal Perez says Jiyoung is another way to illustrate how diversity takes many forms. From its Power of We special, where Tamir and Gabriella talk about their experiences as Black children, to the appearance of Oscar winner Troy Kotzer, who is deaf, and the creation of Grandma Nell.
Every decade, every so often, it feels like there's something else happening in the world where we have to rethink what we're doing and how we can further that representation on camera. And so that's how Jiyoung really fit into this. How specific can we be with their stories and have them feel authentic? Because that's really what's going to be the most universal.
2, 3.
When I I first heard about Jiyoung, I actually cried because it was that profound for me.
Anti-oppression strategist and trainer YK Hong works with major corporations and nonprofits. They say Jiyoung's arrival on Sesame Street addresses a lack of Asian American representation in popular culture.
The fact that she's a puppet gives you this infinite imagination of what she might represent in our real world. Because to me, for example, the Grouch, let's say, represents to me 500,000 kinds of people, not just this green character. And the same for Jiyoung. Jiyoung is Korean, but because she's a puppet, and a puppet that was very well crafted, not in any kind of, caricature ways, she's a being that represents everyone at the same time, which is something really hard to do when it's a live person or a live actor representing Asians on screen.
Jiyoung definitely has the touch.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, I'm going to start crying. Oh my gosh.
I can take your picture.
Right now when I'm crying? Okay. Sure. Let's do that. For Asian American Life, I'm Vivian Lee.